I started with Fantasia, wanted to try a 3D one after playing Dragon Quest. Glad I didn't give up on the franchise because of the first 2D game. You really played Fantasia first? What led you to doing that, Yami? I'm actually really curious. Why did you play Fantasia? Because I can't imagine that anyone would tell you to play Fantasia first if they actually liked Tales of. Dead. I never played Fantasia, but it aged like milk. Yeah. Rokuro's storyline is great. He's amazing. I think you shouldn't compare 2D Tales of games to 3D because they have completely different play styles. It has nothing to do with that. The 2D Tales of games just suck. It doesn't matter if they're related to the 3D ones at all.
But
like, the 2D gameplay is just bad. Having 4 party members up against, like, anywhere from 3 to 8 random enemies in a 2D setting devolves, and I played 2 different 2D Tales of games. They both do this. It devolves into the entire game is, hey, who gets stun locked? Do you get stun locked? Did one enemy hit you and then 4 other enemies hit you up until you die? Or, did you hit, like, 3 enemies at once, and then you and your 4 party members stun-locked them until they died? It has nothing to do with comparing 2D Tales of to 3D Tales of. It has to do with the formula that Tales of aims for, of, like, 4 party members fighting against multitudes of other enemies, does not work well in 2D games, because it just leads to stun-lock fests. There's no amount of being able to dodge properly, blocking in general is lame, etc. It's not fun. It's not fun. I played 2 different 2D Tales of games, and I'm going to play all the others as well, because I'm going to play them all. It's just bad. It's not enjoyable.
Welcome back. That must have been hard work. How does marble curry sound to you? I also have our specialty peach pie on hand.
We had a deal. Spill it.
Shepherd Artorias has gone north, up the Danan Highway, at the Abbey's newest temple, the Empyrean's throne. He is expected to be there for a while.
Are they relocating there?
In a sense, yes. They're holding a ritual to move the seat of the Empyrean in Nominat.
Nominat. In other words, the Abbey's new god.
It is a very serious affair, so I imagine Melchior will be there along with the other high exorcists.
Suits us fine.
I might even find him there.
That will do. Somewhere in there we'll find a chance to strike.
Perhaps, but be aware that security near the throne is on high alert.
We'll manage to get through.
No, you won't. You may be able to fool the guards, but there's no tricking the barrier they've put up. They've used arts to erect a giant wall, keeping outsiders away.
But they have to get through themselves. That implies some sort of key, right?
Yes. In fact, one of our people is looking into that as we speak. However, I'm afraid...
It'll cost us.
You learn quickly. And here's the bill.
Okay, now we're really not being nice.
Consider it done.
Aren't you going to ask why you have to kill a high priest?
I imagine it's because he's the one controlling the nectar supply. The church is the sole producer and distributor of a highly addictive substance. They rake in huge profits, while the common man, along with your people, suffer for it. Does that cover it?
You noticed your tasks were related.
That was the real test, wasn't it?
And you passed. No matter how skilled you are, you have to know more than how to swing a sword to earn my trust.
Don't misunderstand my intentions. I'm willing to do anything, if it brings me to Artorias. I ditched my scabbard long ago.
I see. So you are the embodiment of a bare blade. A more formal introduction is in order. I am Tabitha Baskerville, leader of the Bloodwing Butterflies.
I'm Velvet. Tell me about the High Priest.
Each evening, he prays for protection from calamity at the royal villa on the Castle Logris grounds. Tradition holds that the High Priest should be alone for the prayer. That would seem the best time to strike.
How do we get into the villa?
Carry this insignia with you, and allies of the Bloodwings will offer you their aid.
We'll hold up our end. Just find out about that key.
Velvet? Are you okay?
It's nothing.
But you seem...
I said it's nothing!
Sneaking into the castle will be an all-night job. Let's take this time to get everything ready and then rest at the tavern.
Yeah.
I accidentally cut myself off in the middle of my thought because I thought when I walked into the tavern I would have to talk to Tabitha like all the other times to get the cutscene going, and instead they hit me with a 5-minute cutscene when I was in the middle of trying to make a point. But anyways, then block, at least it gives you an option, unlike this game that gives little to no iframes after being stunned. You're completely missing the point here. First of all, blocking in the 2D Tales of games really doesn't accomplish that much. Because when you're attacking, mostly when you get stun locked in the 2D Tales of games, is when you get hit out of your block because they break your block, or because you're in the middle of attacking and then they decide they're going to hit you instead. I didn't open this chest. I opened that chest, but then, okay, I understand what happened. The save file thing. Following that, as for this game having a stun, I agree that when you get stunned in this game and then you just get hit a lot, it's bad. I don't like it. It's one of my few complaints with Tales of Berseria. I think it would be better if it didn't have that. I think this is like the only Tales of game that does it. But, or one of the only ones, really. One of the only 3D ones, at least. But, you may notice that I've played almost 9 hours of Berseria with plenty of fighting, and that's only happened to us, I think, twice? Maybe 3 times? So, like, there's a difference between one annoying thing happening in Berseria, like, once out of every, like, 25 fights, as opposed to something that happens in the 2D Tales of games the entire time. And I also don't think there's anything wrong with saying it's because it's 2D, because I honestly believe it's because it's 2D. Because it doesn't really happen in the 3D games hardly at all, usually. Like, I'm not saying that 2D as a medium sucks. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying, like, oh, it's, like, the fact that it is 2D, that alone is why it is bad. I am saying that the kind of game it is and how it is designed makes it not work in a 2D setting. However, in a 3D setting, it works really well. Because the 3D, I mean, like, all of the Tales of games have the same general setup. You have a team of, like, 4 characters, and you fight against sometimes a singular boss, but a lot of times a group of, like, 3 to 8 different people. In 2D games, from my experience of having played 2 of them, it sucks. Like, it's not fun. It just leads to either you juggle the enemy endlessly, or the enemy juggles you endlessly, whichever one happens to happen, and it's not very fun. In the 3D Tales of games, that rarely happens. Is it possible for it to happen? Yes, and I think Berseria is one of the worst offenders even, because the stun effect in Berseria is nonsense. I don't mind it inherently, but it lasts way too long. When you get stunned in this game, you get stunned for like 5 seconds, and you get hit like 6 times. And I hate it. If I could change that, I would, but I can't. But everything else about Berseria is great, and the stun doesn't happen, like, it doesn't happen every single fight you're in, you know? It's not constant. In the 2D games, in my experience, it's constant. Maybe you had a different experience. Maybe you like the 2D Tales of games playstyle for some reason that I just don't see or don't enjoy, but, you know, we're all entitled to our own opinions. But the main thing I'm trying to get across is why I feel that way about the 2D Tales of games. And more importantly, to make it clear, I'm not saying that 2D bad. I like plenty of 2D games. I prefer 3D games, undoubtedly. I'll own up to that immediately. I think 3D games, and especially 3D action games, are typically more fun. That being said, there are plenty of 2D games I enjoy. I enjoy your classic 2D Mario side-scroller. I love Hollow Knight and Cuphead. Those are my two big 2D games that immediately come to my mind that I love. Absolutely love those two games, some of my favorites. Big fan of Terraria. I really love Terraria. So on and so forth. Metroid Dread recently came out. Loved Metroid Dread. Really fun game. It had a thing or two that irked me, but I really enjoyed Metroid Dread. So it's not that I'm not out here saying it's 2D and thus it's bad. I'm saying that the gameplay formula that Tales of games strive for are... They don't fit well in a 2D setting, in my opinion. And that's just how it goes. And I don't think that's a very drastic thing to say either, because you may notice that they made a 3D Tales of game, Tales of Symphonia, and after they made that one, they had one more 2D game, I think because it was already in production. They were already making it. But from the 7th game onward, they never made another 2D Tales of game. They might have made a 2D Tales of spin-off game? I don't know. But in the mainline games, from 7 to Arise, which is the 17th game, so the last 10 games in the franchise, every single one of them has been 3D. And I think that's because they, back in the day, 2D games were all they could make, because that was what they were able to do with the technology. And as soon as they were able to make 3D games, they were like, yo, these are way better than the 2D games we've been making. Let's just make them all 3D from now on. And lo and behold, they did, and have created some of my favorite games of all time. Tales of Zestiria, my favorite game of all time. Tales of Arise, probably still my 3rd favorite game of all time. It's definitely in the top 5. Tales of the Abyss in my top 10. Tales of Berseria, probably like my 10th favorite game, or like my 12th favorite at worst. Just fantastic stuff. Really great. Anyways, hit me with the skip.
If nectar made from vermilion ore is so bad for your health that it was banned, why are they making it?
They make it because it was banned.
Huh?
Just because the powers that be say a rule is for the greater good, it doesn't mean that everyone will see eye to eye with them. If Tabitha's Mabo curry was outlawed, would you really be able to never eat it again?
I wouldn't like it, but if it's against the rules...
Well, you'll get hungry no matter what. People want what they want.
But anything forbidden is bound to be rare. And when things are rare, they become expensive.
So that's why people make it.
The world isn't a simple place. There's an underside to everything.
An underside?
Contract killers, secret weapons dealers, loan sharks that charge outrageous interest, pirates like me, the folks who offered us mooring for information, and the guild at Helives are all part of it.
As are the people who dye chicks blue to sell them at a higher price. And the people who bet on alleyway bug fights. And they'll come to you with a smile, so you can't let your guard down if you want to stay safe.
What sorts of bugs do they make fight?
That's the part that got your attention?
Oh, Laphicet. Oh, Laphicet. You don't gotta apologize for expressing your own opinion. Dude, that was a fun conversation to have. Thanks for prompting the talk about it. That was this kind of stuff I love. It's one of the main reasons I stream. Well, that and I make money off of it. No, the main reason I do it is because I love it. But one of the reasons I love doing it is getting to talk opinions and etc., etc. Oh wait, we have to talk to Gideon. What am I doing? I got so caught up in the conversation that I forgot what I was even doing in the game. Actually, you know what? I've only got like 8 more minutes in stream. So probably what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna try and get a dangerous encounter or 2 here so we can get some experience up. Come here.
Are we ready for this?
And then we'll focus on the murdering next time. I saw someone in chat, by the way, said, like, wait a minute, this game, I saw the title of your stream, this game has a card mini game. Yes, it does. We're not gonna make it there today, unfortunately, because it takes longer to get to than I remembered. How dare you? How very dare you, after we just talked about this. The game was like, psych, you thought it doesn't happen that often. Oh, I need to buy life bottles, it turns out. Come here, you. Yeah, get devoured. Die. Bum, bum, bum. But anyways, yeah, we had like, what, it has been a 4-hour stream today. I think that we've gotten hit by that stun kill twice, maybe 3 times, which is even a bit more than I expected, but still. Hey, go away. Eisen, you doing all right over there, buddy? I just realized I don't have a life bottle for you. I didn't realize I was low on life bottles. That's my bad, brother. Anyways, yeah, there is a card minigame in this game. It's the best minigame in the Tales of franchise. I love it, and look forward to it in future streams, because we'll play a lot of it. We don't have Resurrection yet, do we? Ah, that sucks. I didn't realize I was out of life bottles, dang it. Honestly, we should just run from this one. Leave me alone. Still leave me alone. All right, you know what? Because I don't want to get ahead in levels over Eisen. I didn't realize I was out of life bottles. Okay, Tales of Arise fishing doesn't count because it's a fishing minigame. I mean, yes, strictly speaking, it's a minigame. However, it doesn't count if it's a fishing minigame because those are like, they're a different breed. They go above and beyond your basic minigame. Die. But yes, Arise fishing is amazing. But I love the card minigame in this game. It's so good. When he's right, he's right. I knew you'd be on my side with that shroom. Alright, so only Laphicet and Velvet get experience here, unfortunately. Yeah, fishing minigames are just a different breed, and Arise's fishing minigame is fantastic. I enjoyed it greatly. I missed! I gotta stop. I keep telling myself not to Megasonic Thrust into Consuming Claw, but I keep doing it anyway. How was that break boost? I mean, it's because I Therianized a snake, but still.
I refuse to fall here.
Do they still get experience? They don't get experience, right? I don't remember how that works. Hey, we got a lot of stuff, though. Also, shout out to Berseria for putting them at 1 HP after the fight, which is the better way to do your party members being down at the end of a fight in video games. Was the card game introduced in the Redux? Because I don't remember it. Introduced in the Redux. I don't understand. Oh, are you reading my title? My title says Redux because this is my second time doing the playthrough on my channel. Whenever I do a playthrough like another time on the channel, I use the word Redux to show that it's not the first time I played the game, so that people don't get confused between the two playthroughs. Tales of Berseria doesn't have any kind of like a Redux or a port or anything. The card game is like, has always been a part of the game. It's 100% optional, just like every other side game in Tales of Berseria. There we go. Much better. Much better. Don't bring up the fishing game in DBZ Kakarot. I'm still mad. How do you make a bad fishing game? I don't know, but DBZ Kakarot managed to do it. What about the fishing in FF15? It was really good from what I remember. I haven't played FF15 since it released back in like 2015, 2016. But I remember really enjoying it. Mine. Guess my memory really sucks? Yo, same. You might have just not played it. I don't think the game ever prompts you to play it. You have to go and talk to one of the kids with an Oni mask. And if you just... There are only 5 of them in the game, I think. So if you just never talk to any of them, you never see it. Yo, Scarlet Edge, though. Bum, 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 bum. Chat, do everyone else's break souls also heal them? I don't remember. Is it only Velvet's break soul that heals her, or does everyone's break soul heal them because it costs soul? Or do they all do different things? I don't recall. Oh, I thought I Consuming Clawed there. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right, these stupid snacks have got to go. You leave my boy Rokuro alone. How dare you stun him? You stay away. Okay, never mind. They got him. I think he got stunned twice in a row there. Die. Bum, 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 bum. Anyways, yeah, the stun mechanic is definitely the worst part about Berseria. It's honestly part of the reason that it's my 4th favorite Tales of and not my 3rd. It's not bad enough to ruin the game by any means, but whenever it happens, man, it's annoying. Yo, did those 2 snakes just one-shot Laphicet? I know we're on hard difficulty, but I am feeling like I'm maybe slightly underleveled now. Oh, did I not get Laphicet up in time? Aw, dang it, I didn't realize that was the last enemy. Ah! That was only 144 experience.
What'll it take to make you...
Not doing too hot on these late game whatchamacallits. Alright, let's go heal and save and then wrap up for today. Fishing in Persona 5 annoyed you? Persona 5 fishing is fine. It's not like the best fishing minigame ever, but I enjoyed it. It's good. I'm so upset we couldn't get to the card minigame today, dang it. I really want to play it. I want to play it so bad. Persona 5 darts or FF7R darts? I think FF7R darts was more challenging. They were both really good and similar, I think. I've never played Yakuza, so I don't know about Yakuza fishing. Hi, I want to just rest and get to full health. I'll probably get to full health when I talk to her. It'll force a rest. So let's just go save over here. I'm surprised there's not a save point in the thing. Oh, did I get my reward for killing the monkey? Yo, give me my reward for killing the monkey. Thank you for the 1350. That will be very helpful. Hopefully we can do some enhancing and dismantling next time. All right, 14, 13, 13. Those random enemies we were fighting in the lake area were level 16, I think. So I do think we're still a smidge underleveled, specifically for playing on hard mode. I think we'd be fine if I was still on moderate. But we were kind of breezing through moderate a little too easily. I don't know, maybe we'll go back to moderate, moderate if I get annoyed by the unique fights. But I think for now we're probably fine staying on hard. We'll see how it goes. But that is going to be all for today. Good progress. Unfortunate we couldn't get a bit further because of that save file shenanigans, but it do be that way sometimes. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you want to catch these streams live, link to my Twitch channel description. I'd love to see you there. Or keep watching on YouTube. I appreciate your support either way. And until next time, farewell.